Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, and when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. So today I want to talk about securing a small business loan. One of the things that we have to know as business owners is at some point we are going to need capital. Capital meaning the money necessary to build our businesses. Sometimes it's to build, sometimes it's to expand, but we're going to need capital. And one of the best pieces of advice I got was to secure capital before you need it. Okay? So this is really what this is about. I had the opportunity to go to a local meeting, and it was talking about financing your small business. And I had the opportunity to connect with a banker here and, just talk about what small business owners, home business owners need to do to be able to secure a small business loan. Now, one of the things that I will also tell you is that when it comes down to banks lending money, okay, they go through all of the different types of programs because people are like, well, are they going through the Small Business Administration, all this stuff? Banks look at all of the available programs for you, okay? So at least this one does. Let me say that. I don't know about all. I just know this one does. So let's get to it. Okay. The other thing that I found interesting about this meeting, you guys, where I went to this, is that there were more professionals there looking for information for their clients than there were actual business owners. I found that part to be interesting. Even though it was open to the public, there were tax people, there were mortgage lenders, there were all kinds of different types of people who were looking for information to service their clients more so than themselves. Thought that was interesting. All right. So number one is to build a relationship with a local bank or a credit union. Now, I know that you got the big boys out there, right? The Bank of Americas and all of that, these big, huge national chains, the city banks and all of that. But I'm going to encourage you to build a relationship with a local bank. That could be your local credit union or a locally owned bank in order for you to have a better chance of securing a small business loan. And the reason is that the decision maker is usually right there in-house or local, not some person miles and miles away that knows absolutely zero about you. So start with building a relationship with a local bank, having a checking account there, having a savings account there, whether you might have a credit card there or something, even an auto loan or something like that. Start building a financial relationship with a local bank. Number two, know how much you're going to need to borrow. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make is going into a bank and saying, how much can I get? You need to know how much money you need to borrow and where you're going to assign those dollars. I know y'all hate the word budget, but this is what a budget does. It assigns dollars. When you have a budget, a working budget, you're assigning dollars and you know exactly how much money you need and where it's going to go. Number three, have a written business plan, not one in your head, one in your business plan. That business plan needs to talk about who you are, who your team is, what it is that you do. Show that you've done your research, your SWOT analysis, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and all of that. You need to have that in the business plan. That business plan also needs to include how you're going to pay that money back. And the last thing that business plan needs to include is what happens if your business fails. And people don't like to think about that. But let me tell you, a bank wants to know how are they going to get their money if you actually fail. So if you go in there and you have all of this information ready and you're telling them, hey, this is how I'm going to pay this back. And oh, by the way, if this all goes to hell in a handbasket, this is how you're going to be able to get your money back, or even at least some of your money back, right? Because banks want to know that they're going to get their money back. That's why they're lending you money, not just to give you money, but because they want to get their money back. Okay. Number three is to make money. Now, One of the best ways to secure a loan is to show that your idea is already working. So you need to have a record of sales. You need to show that your business is out there working. You've gone out there, you've sold some stuff, you've connected with people, and you can show progress over time where you might have sold $100 this week, but you sold $400 the next week. You might have sold $1,000 the month after that, right? So you need to be able to get out there, make some money, show that your idea is working, and you need their money in order for you to grow even more. Okay. Number 4, I think I'm on number 4. I might have lost count, but whatever. Have good bookkeeping records, not a spreadsheet. Okay. We talk about bookkeeping all the time. A spreadsheet is where you start. It's not where you stay. You start out with the spreadsheet because you're trying to get your income and expenses in order. But if you really plan to get a small business loan, you're going to have to graduate to some structured bookkeeping, because that structured bookkeeping is going to give you information that a spreadsheet does not. It's going to show your cash flow. It's going to show your balance sheet. It's going to show your income and expenses. It's going to show your quarter to date, all of that stuff. That's going to be in your bookkeeping records, where it's not going to be on a spreadsheet. Okay. So you really want to have good bookkeeping records in order to secure a small business loan, because they're going to want to look over your financials. That's what this is. All those financials, like I said, your balance sheet, cash flow statement, all of those are your financials, where a bank can look at your numbers to see, is this a viable business? Are you making money? Are you losing money? It's not just based on what you say, it's what you can actually prove. Okay. So you got to have that. Next, have good personal credit and good business credit. Now, one of the things that this banker told me is, listen, she's like, I've seen all the stuff out there. You still have to have good personal credit. And if you started building business credit, you need to have good business credit. That means you need to be monitoring what's going on. Okay. You need to be paying your bills on time. You need to, and watching your credit like a hawk. Because depending on the amount of money that you need, your business credit may not be enough. You might need to supplement with some personal credit. And so they're going to be looking at how you're paying your bills, how you're managing your money. So it's not just you walk in there and, I have this bit of business credit. Depending on what you need, they may be looking at your personal credit too. They may be looking at whether or not you have any assets, and whether it's a retirement account or whether you have a home or something, because they're looking at how they're going to get their money back. Is it optimal to pledge your personal assets as security? Absolutely not. And in the best situation, you don't want to do that. Absolutely, totally don't recommend it. However, depending on where you are in your business and depending on what you need, this may be a requirement. And so you have to make that decision when it comes down to signing the dotted line or not. But just know they're going to be looking at your personal credit as well as your business credit. Okay. And then the last thing, I don't even know what number I'm on. I think I'm on number 7, but I'm not sure. Okay, your tax returns. You need to have them filed, and preferably on time. Okay, so the bank is going to go back and look at your last 3 years of your tax returns. And if you've already been in business, they're going to be looking at your Schedule C, if you're a sole proprietor, your partnership return, your S Corp return, whatever. What they're looking for is, are you making money? Because they want to know that you're already profiting enough in order to pay this loan back. So if your business shows a loss year after year, and this is what you're filing on your tax return, that's not going to work out. You're going to have to show some profit, which means you're going to have to pay some taxes. Now, once you get your business loan, you can write off everything under the sun. But when the process of securing that loan, you definitely want to make sure you show profit, and profit enough for you to pay back that loan. Now, one of the questions I asked was, do they do a look back? And a look back is, after a year or so, when the bank goes and looks back to see if you have amended your tax returns. So what she said was, in a lot of cases, they do not. However, if you were a borderline approval, they will go back and look at and see if you actually altered your returns. They want to see based on year to year how your business has grown and if you're still going to be good for the money. Now, if you have gone back and amended those taxes after you've gotten your business loan and then they do a look back, they can call back that loan. So I am telling you, don't, I know it's out here in these streets, but this is what she's saying. So is it like absolute for sure they're going to look back? No, but it's possible. And in the bigger banks, they do. And this is what this lender told me. She's like, in the bigger banks, they do that on a regular basis. And it's more like an audit thing. They don't look back on everybody, but it's more like an audit thing. So if you just happen to get caught, when you go back and amend your returns after you get this loan, then oops, right? So, so just be careful with that, because I know people talk about doing it all the time, but listen, just know that if you get caught, they can call that loan back and say, hey, we want all of our money right now. So those are ways that you can help improve your chances of getting a small business loan. And, and if you're using that loan to buy equipment, you've got a better chance of getting that loan approved versus somebody who just needs money in order to fund some things, right? I've even, heard network marketers talk to their prospective team members about going to the bank and getting a small business loan. And, and a part of that, again, is having that business plan. And let me tell you, for my network marketers, if your upline is telling you to go get a small business loan, number one, your business plan is not to get two. You got to have a plan of how you're going to actually get your two. And all of that. And also understand too that when it comes down to finances and all of that, and for my network marketers, your upline is not the person to call your coach, because they have a financial interest in you actually buying more product. So you definitely want to consult with some outside of your network marketing company. That's just a bonus. Wasn't even supposed to be talking about that, but there you go. Okay. So, so when it comes down to getting a small business loan, you need to get out of your house and you need to connect with banks on a local level. I know in this online space, we're doing all of this stuff online, but you know what? If you plan on growing your business to where it has a physical presence, then this is something that you're going to need to do, and you need to do it sooner rather than later. Do it before you really need the money, so that when you do, you've already got these things established. Okay. So hope that gives you something to chew on. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.